to avoid blackouts and all the utilities that are investing in Tesla energy battery systems, which are just revolutionary our energy system. So I think long-term Tesla is an incredible investment. On the short term, Tesla has these headwinds with higher rates, retooling the factory. So I think if your goal is 1 to 2 months, I don't know about Tesla, but I think if your goal is over the next 3 to 5 years, Tesla is as good of an investment as ever, and it's just a high valued stock.
The reason for the valuation discrepancy between the two companies. I don't cover BYD, but my colleague does, and our estimates for BYD and Tesla next year are actually quite similar in terms of revenues and profitability for the company. So clearly the market is ascribing value to Tesla's other businesses, and certainly I think their software portfolio is miles ahead of BYD's. And so you get to this question of what does that software and other innovation portfolio translate to in terms of value? And the market is saying, about $600 billion worth of incremental value. And we struggle to come up with that number, quite frankly. We think Tesla will bring lots of innovation as it has to date in terms of software.
He thinks Tesla will go private and finally shake up Wall Street in just 2 years. This is a company whose goal is to change the ultimate and sustainable energy industries and make humans a multi-planetary species. Ross Gerber thinks that Tesla going private could change the company's and the world's futures. Today, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of Tesla going private, including how it will affect its stock, its innovation, and its shareholders. We'll also talk about the reasons and problems behind the move, as well as what it might mean for the EV industry and the public market. Come with us as we look into this pot. Let's start.
A threat. Do you see the Cybertruck as a threat to some of the more traditional automakers and their lineup of EV pickups?
I don't see it as a big threat in terms of outright sales, right? Like Mary Barra was very clear, and they know their trucks. It's something they've been succeeding at for decades now. Even as they're shifting to electrification, I think they're pretty confident in maintaining a pretty strong user base. So I don't think it's going to steal sales necessarily, but I do think it's going to force people's perceptions of what an electric truck can be. It's going to force automakers to evolve their interpretation of that. I mean, that's what Tesla did, famously with the Model S. Electric vehicles 15 years ago were not sexy, they weren't aspirational, they weren't luxurious, and the Model S came in and sort of shadowed all of that. And so I think you may see some perceptions shift a little bit as a result of the Cybertruck. I'm glad it's out there. It's a refreshing take on trucks, but I'm not going to go out and buy one. So I think automakers see it as potentially something that kind of, it's going to evolve kind of what consumers may expect out of their vehicle.
This is still a company that has two mystery machines that have yet to be unveiled here. And if you take a look at some of their Investor Day materials from earlier in the year, essentially it's just kind of a Casper the Friendly Ghost type of cloth over type of it. How much does this Cybertruck also set up the introduction of those vehicles, and does that make or break what that looks like in the fanfare?
That's a good question. I think this Cybertruck, it sort of sets the tone for Tesla and sort of the future of the company. I don't think, though, materially it's going to have an outsized impact on sales. I mean, it may have like a halo impact on maybe the share price a little bit, but in terms of sales, I've said it before, the bread and butter of Tesla are the Model 3 and the Model Y. And there are updates, pretty significant updates expected to each of those vehicles in the near future. So I think, they're going to look a little different. There's going to be potentially some different battery technology, potentially the range changes on those vehicles, and then the price as well.
Elon Musk recently disclosed and discussed an idea he has to take Tesla private. In 2018, Musk tweeted about considering a buyout at $420 per share, sparking a brief but highly publicized whirlwind and scrutiny from regulatory authorities. That idea was scrapped, but it left many wondering if it could happen again. Could this be the moment Tesla takes a very critical step? Tesla supporter Ross Gerber says going private might shield Tesla from short-term market volatility and quarterly expectations. If Tesla goes private, it can avoid the intense scrutiny from shareholders and analysts that makes it hard for publicly traded companies to focus on long-term strategic goals. You may be wondering what other benefits this move will have and how it will benefit Tesla, its stock, and its investors. Tesla is a public company, which means it must report its financial results every quarter and deal with the stock market's ups and downs. However, going private would free Tesla from the hassle of complying with public companies' many rules and regulations. Focusing on its core business of innovative electric automobiles and renewable energy products might save Tesla time and money. Tesla could focus on its long-term goals without worrying about stock price swings by turning private. Tesla needs patience and investment to alter the automated and sustainable energy industries. As a private firm, Tesla can avoid the strain and distraction of quarterly expectations and public investor satisfaction. Going private would also give Tesla, especially Elon Musk, strong leadership, as it would give them more control and flexibility over the company's strategy and operations, making Tesla move faster and make more confident and confidential decisions, which could give it a competitive edge in the rapidly evolving and fierce EV industry. It would also protect Tesla from activist investors. Tesla would be able to raise enough capital from private investors or institutional funding without having to cater to the whims of the public market. How would going private affect Tesla stock in the long run? Tesla will be shielded from market volatility and speculation, allowing them to focus on long-term goals. This would greatly benefit shareholders who stay with the car company. Tesla is the most shorted stock in the world, meaning many people are betting against the company and hoping it will fail. Some even think Tesla is a bubble that will burst soon. Going private would make it harder for short sellers to attack the company and create a more positive and supportive environment for the company. Tesla leadership would also have more freedom and flexibility to make strategic decisions. Tesla would not have to declare its financials quarterly, reducing the stress and burn of short-term performance targets. This would also mean it'd be able to execute strategic plans and innovation more efficiently without the public and scrutiny from the public being a concern for the company when it is well-public. Tesla is known for its ambitious and visionary projects from electric cars to space exploration, and going private would allow it to continue its pursuit of bold and innovative ideas without the constant scrutiny and pressure from the public market. It could then thus raise more capital by selling shares to private investors and then use those funds for investment research expansion and innovation, driving the company's growth and valuation. However, going private is not without its challenges, and investors should be aware of the potential drawbacks of this move. For instance, funding a buyout and managing the transition process can be a very complex one. Additionally, Tesla need to ensure that all shareholders are treated fairly and that its mission to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy is not compromised. However, in all of this, the benefit of Tesla's privatization outweigh the cost. And if the automaker does pull it off, then it could be one of the absolute game-changer moments for the company. As of now, though, it remains a speculative notion that Tesla will go private, even though Elon Musk is on track and on record for thinking outside the box when it comes to the suggestions that change the concept of the company. And this is one that could resurface in this ever-evolving landscape of Tesla and the EV industry. Although we do believe, though, that if this move did become a reality, it would undoubtedly be a monumentous one with far-reaching implications for Tesla and a future of sustainable transportation. The possibility of Tesla going private is a tantalizing prospect for the potential changes it would bring to the market, and it would reshape the company's future in a matter of years. Whether or not it will happen, though, nobody knows for sure, but we do know is that this could be one of Tesla's tickets to true valuation. Can Tesla ever go private? Let us know below in what you value Tesla at. If you want to know more about Tesla's recent activities, subscribe to our channel.